test video, I don't know anymore, 3, 4, something like that. Anyway, we're going to be testing the German Kinetic and a Kudu today. We already tested penetration with these in previous tests. Now we're going to test long distance, bone, and steel plate. I only have one of each of these, so hopefully they hold up to the bone, and then if they die on the steel plate, who cares? But anyway, we'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to check in on the weights of these. Like I've done the other ones. This German Kinetic I know is supposed to be 150 grainer, I believe. 148.5. So this one's going to be the heaviest of the ones I've tested. This should be 125 grain, 125.2, 125.1. So there we go. All right, hopefully the sun doesn't screw the video up, but just like last time, there's my target. We're walking back to 80. We'll shoot. The German Kinetic does fly different. Weight-wise, it made more of a difference than I thought it was going to be. At 80 yards, it made probably 2 feet difference. All right, guys, so real quick, field points right here. That is the German Kinetic. Now I had to shoot that German Kinetic for 90 yards instead of 80. I had to use a 90 pin. My Kudu's way down here. It's actually my 3rd shot with the Kudu. It took me 3 shots with the German Kinetic to make sure it was dialed. Then I shot a field point just to double check it. So far I am not impressed with this Kudu. I'm gonna go shoot it one more time at 80. All right, so I've actually swapped arrows now on this Kudu. Kudu spins fine. So 80 yards, one more try. All right, guys, so you can see my arrow here. That one flew better, at least it wasn't left. It's still hitting low. I don't know what to say. You know, I feel like after 4 shots with this broadhead, with the way I've shot the other ones, you know, that release felt good. Everything felt good. I'll be honest, I just don't think this broadhead's very forgiving. I know my equipment's tuned. As you can see from previous broadhead tests, we're flying at 80 yards. Oh, there's the bone. Got an arrow holding it up. Shooting Kudu first. I'm gonna aim right about there for the Kudu. Kudu point stuck, buried pretty good in it, I'll give it that, and we'll see what happens with the German Kinetic. Wow. Okay guys, so interesting enough, the German Kinetic, what I'm going to say is I hit it, look out Cody for a second, grab my bow please. All right, so here's what I was gonna say, is I hit it pretty much on the same line as I hit with the Kudu. You can see the Kudu, bottom there, there's the German Kinetic, pretty much same line. Not perfectly center of the bone, but pretty, you know, pretty good. There's what's my arrow, so another arrow destroyed like normal. So we're gonna try and dig these out of here and see what they look like. We'll go in the shop and record the rest. Here we go, back in the shop. Didn't have to get the German Kinetic out of the bone because, well, it was already out of the bone. It blew through. So here is what it looks like. It blew the bone. It blew the bone in half, basically. I mean, it just fried through that thing. So I can't really say, hey, you know, the other broadheads weakened the bone anywhere. That's where the Exodus had hit. That's where the Iron Will had hit right there. But this just blew through a whole different side of it. I mean, maybe it weakened it, I don't know. There's pieces of carbon everywhere, so I gotta be real careful getting this broadhead out. So we're gonna try and get this out and we'll see what it looks like. Well guys, so here's what it looks like. That's the Kudu ferrule. right there. There's part of the kudu right there. So we're gonna try and dig it all out. All right, guys, so this is all we could get out of the bone. This is what's left of this broadhead. So the tip, the side, the rest of it broke off. I don't even know where it is. I can't find it. This is the bone after I dug out the bone marrow. So give you guys a better idea. This is where the kudu hit, and then the German Kinetic just sliced it right there in half. So that's what this big badass bone looks like with the bone marrow removed. Anyway, that's what we got so far. No kudu to shoot at steel. German Kinetic. I will say here, I want to show you guys this though, is the German Kinetic did crack right there. The blade is cracked. The other thing is, I don't know if you can see it, but it is now crooked. So I'm still really impressed with this head. I just wonder how much that extra 50 or 25 grains mattered for penetration. All right, steel plate time. Filming with your phone is difficult sometimes. There is the hole right there. So I still think the iron will has put the biggest hole so far in the steel plate. Having gone through all the same punishment, this is what the German Kinetic head looks like now. Same as it did pretty much before. Still in relatively good shape other than that one side of the blade that is cracked. All right, guys, so that's kind of the conclusion of the test. What I can see from the testing, the German Kinetic is a great head. Obviously, those 25 grains made a difference. I had to shoot it for 90 yards versus 80 at 80 yards. But laced one right in there, no problem. Even when I was trying to figure out what yardage to shoot it for, it never really veered right or left too much. It just was low. So German Kinetic flies great. I had some issues with the Kudu. I did swap arrows just to make sure like that arrow wasn't a bad arrow, even though it spun fine to start, and it did shoot a little better. I got a low slight right, what felt like a good release. Every time I shot that head, it was shooting low. I know lots of guys who love them, and I hate to give a negative report. I just try and be as honest as I can with what I found with my testing. So for my friends that love them, I'm glad you guys like them. Keep shooting them. I did not love this head. I've had some guys accuse me before of not liking certain heads I test. I really hope every head surprised me, whether I come in saying, oh, this is a crappy head or a good head. I hope they all surprise me and they perform great. I just was not blown away with this head, the Kudu head. It didn't fly great for me at 80 yards. And on the bone, it failed completely. It didn't break it like I thought it would, like I hoped it would. I keep hearing single bevels, twist, break it. The German Kinetic blew right through that thing. So that actually was another surprise for me. So I'm gonna show you guys the heads one more time, and we'll be... All right, guys, so last time with the heads, German Kinetic, it is bent, it is cracked right there, all the way through that blade. That happened on the bone. It blew through the bone. The only head I've tested so far that actually blew through the bone. It out-penetrated, or it won the penetration test that we did earlier, another video I have. So really hard hitting, great penetrating head. It's not an apples to apples test, and I know that. This head is a 150 grain head. Everything else I've been testing is a 125. How much that extra 25 grains makes a difference with my front of center and my momentum energy, I don't know. I haven't calculated it out. I wouldn't think it'd be that much though. So here is the ferrule and the insert still from the Kudu. And here is what's left of the Kudu. So not it basically, one side of it broke off, as you can see right there. This was the head. Being a single bevel, I expected to break the bone in half, and I'm shocked. It penetrated pretty good into the bone, I'll give it that, but it came completely apart. So it didn't go all the way through the bone, it didn't break the bone in two, it didn't twist and snap it like I've heard will happen. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this test. I'm about out of arrows, but if I can get some more heads to torture test, we'll do it.